Hello guys, and welcome back to Paint the Town Dead. I am one half of your host, Caitlin.
Yes, me too.
You're also Caitlin?
No.
Oh.
I mean, yes, we're all Caitlin. We're doing the Spartacus thing.
What is that?
It's where I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus, because they're all...
Is that from Dead Poet Society?
No, they may have done it in that, but no.
Oh, what's it from?
Spartacus.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a good name for a movie with that in it.
They reference it in Community when they're like, somebody farts and they have a complete meltdown, and then to bring the group back together, Jeff is like, I farted, and then everybody else is like, no, I farted.
Oh.
So it's like to avoid the blame in that situation.
It's a team thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
If one goes down, we all go down.
That's right. Are you excited about May Mania or May-NIA Mania?
What the heck is that?
It's a thing I made up.
Oh. What is it?
You know how there's March Madness
for
college basketball?
Uh-huh.
Well, NBA playoffs, pro basketball.
Why would it not already have a name?
It has a name called the NBA playoffs, but I'm calling it Mania.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for somebody.
But also, I'm combining it with everything that's happening.
Oh.
Like, it's Mania because NBA playoffs and Stanley Cup playoffs and the college baseball. I don't really care about that, but that's about to happen.
And surprise, NFL as well. Did you know that?
What about it?
It's the playoff time for NFL stuff too.
Sure, definitely.
Don't ask me.
Maybe if we still had the USFL that Donald Trump killed, maybe they'd be having. I don't know if they'd be having playoffs now. I don't remember what the exact. They were spring football.
We talked about that.
Yeah, because I read that book, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Football for a Buck. Read it. It's really good.
Football for a Buck.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that. So this is going to be one of those episodes where the tie to Arkansas is a little tenuous.
Oh.
One of those ones.
Hey, as long as it's like committed here, the committer is here, or the committee is here, or from here.
As long as somebody ends up in Arkansas at some point,
yes,
and does something,
it still ties to Arkansas.
This might be the most tenuous one we've done.
Oh,
but it's kind of interesting.
Somebody made a pit stop through here one time.
Kind of.
Wow.
In a real pit stop of a town, if I may say so. Got him.
What's the name of it?
When you hear it, you'll be like, "Yep, okay. Garbage Town."
I'm ready. May
as well just turn that into a trash fire.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. It's my favorite town to dump on. Hold on, I gotta look at this notification. It's a Mania notification.
Oh.
What happened? Oh, Donovan Mitchell is out for the Grizzlies game tonight, which we're recording earlier than normal, which I'm excited about because I'm going to watch the Grizzlies. Anyway, they'll probably lose, but that's fine. Oh, well, Donovan Mitchell's out, so who knows? You don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Just go like, ooh, good opportunity for the Grizzlies to take advantage in game one.
Okay.
Say that.
Good opportunity
for the Grizzlies.
For the Grizzlies to play game one.
They're definitely going to play it. That's not what...
I don't know.
It's fine.
They're going to win.
Hopefully. Let's hope so.
Old Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, in your face, Donovan Mitchell.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
wow.
He's out for game one. He plays for the Jazz of Utah.
Oh.
They moved from New Orleans. I told you this.
The weird story.
Yeah, they used to be the New Orleans Jazz. They moved to Utah and didn't bother to change the name. Yeah.
Because it'd be the Utah Mormons then.
Or like...
the Utah Joseph Smiths.
The Utah Mountaineers or something. Because they got mountains.
I like the Utah Joseph Smiths.
The Utah Salties.
Salties?
Because of the Great Salt Lake.
Oh, that's in Utah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The Utah Salty Boys. There's a name.
Okay.
It's the Salt Bays. There you go. Because of that guy.
That guy who's not from Utah.
I don't know where he's from. He could be for all I know.
No, I think he's from a different country.
Well, he might live in Utah now.
It's a very highly destinationed area.
He moved to Salt Lake just a few years ago. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Salt
Lake for Salt Bay.
Exactly. That's where he wants to be. That's his dream destination.
Why else would he call himself Salt Bay?
Exactly.
Anyways.
Makes sense to me. And I'm a moron. So we're going to a place called Chicago, Illinois.
I've been there.
Yeah, me too. Great pizza. My favorite baseball team's there. It's the
Saw James Taylor there.
I don't know who that is.
James Taylor? Yes, you do.
Do I?
I've seen fire. I've seen rain.
No, I don't know what that means.
I've seen sunny days. Yes, you know who James Taylor is.
I don't think I do, but that's
you would
fine.
recognize him. He's a singer-songwriter from the 70s.
I don't recognize any of this. That's fine.
But I can't believe you don't know who James Taylor is. Anyways, saw him at Wrigley Field. It was really good.
Oh, I've been to Wrigley Field once. I saw the Cubs play.
I did not. I saw James Taylor.
It was like right before they got good and ended up winning the World Series.
Oh, that happened not that long ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, good times.
Anywho.
I was up until like 5 a.m. that night when they won because, for one, the game went till like 2. So,
in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, it was because it was a bunch of extra innings.
Extra innings and a rain delay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You better freaking win this.
It was like God couldn't figure out who was supposed to win because it was Cleveland and Chicago, who were both historically like haven't won in forever.
Oh no, he's like, I gotta toss a coin on this one, boys.
He's like, oh, I didn't think this through. Neither of these were supposed to ever win.
I'm gonna let down a lot of folks here.
You know who's famous and for his time in Chicago?
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, he was from Chicago. Kanye's
He played baseball. He played basketball there.
Kanye's from Chicago.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, Michael Jordan ties into this story.
Oh shoot!
Even more tenuously than the Arkansas thing.
Oh, okay.
As in, he was on TV.
Barely.
And they watched him on TV.
Oh, okay.
Because he plays basketball, and they're in Chicago. So, we're going to be talking about Nannette Krenzel. She's living in the north side of Chicago. And she had 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and she's at this time with a new guy. His name is Jacob Stutz. On May 12th, 1995, Jacob Stutz and the rest of his family, like his brother Joseph and their dad and Joseph's girlfriend, they're at a bar in Chicago watching them Chicago Bulls in the playoffs.
Dup ears.
Nope, wrong one.
I know. Doubles.
Because the Bears are worthless.
Oh.
Generally, pretty terrible franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas
doubles.
The Bulls won 3 straight championships twice in the 90s.
With Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
At the helm?
Exactly.
Carrying the entire team?
I mean, people will say that, but I mean, it's a team game.
Yeah.
He had good teammates like Dennis Rodman and Hall of Famer who played at UCA, Scottie Pippen.
And I lived in a neighborhood named after him at one point.
Exactly.
Also, Dennis Rodman, weird guy.
Very weird guy. He was weird then.
Yeah.
And he's only gotten weirder.
Well, teach his own.
I guess. So they're at this bar, and Nannette shows up, and she's not happy. Like, her and Jacob, they're gonna have a fight
In the bar?
Yeah, because she
like a fist throwing fight.
No, just a yelling drunk people yelling fight.
Ooh.
So they live together, Nannette and Jacob.
And they were together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And she shows up later. She thinks he's cheating on her.
Is he?
I don't know. I never got confirmation on that. But,
okay.
But it doesn't sound like it's a great relationship.
No.
Like the rest of the family also does not like Nannette. They're like,
oh.
So it's not great times. So yeah, they have a big old shouting fight there at the bar. They go outside the bar and continue arguing for a bit. And then she just leaves on her own. She's like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. We're done. We're kaput. No more relationship.
Everything's done.
That's right. So she just she leaves to go walk off to another bar. You can do that in the city.
You're allowed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's allowed. There's no law against it.
None.
This isn't prohibition. You can go to bars.
That's true.
And you're a woman in America. You can be alone.
Wouldn't advise it, but yep.
It's not Saudi Arabia. You can drive if you want. Maybe not drunk, but use your feet for that one. Jacob then leaves the bar. He gets his brother to move his car out of the way because it's blocking him in or something. Then Jacob drives off.
Drunk?
Probably.
Wow.
Probably.
Wow.
Good times. So the next day, Nannette never shows up at the home where she lives with Jacob.
That's not good.
and we go to Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
We are not in Arkansas.
We're not still.
Okay.
So Pleasant Prairie, it's close-ish to Chicago.
Oh,
You go north, and it's like just across the border. Part of that whole like Chicago suburbs, but then it's like the rural part.
I didn't know Wisconsin was that close to Chicago.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's like people who live in Wisconsin and commute to Chicago.
Oh, thank you.
And there's also like people who live in Chicago. You know how people will sometimes go to Memphis from Little Rock to go to the airport?
Yes.
Because of whatever
Price.
flights are different.
Yes.
Yeah. People do that in Chicago where they'll go to the Milwaukee airport and stuff. Like just drive up there. It's not super far.
If you go on an international flight from Arkansas, I would advise going to Chicago and leaving out of Chicago because it will save you hundreds of dollars.
And also because like Little Rock, not an international airport.
No.
It is only national.
Yes.
But what other nation do you need other than America? Yeah? I mean, there's other good nations, I guess.
Yeah. I've been to a couple of them.
Yeah, like North Korea,
Haven't been to that one.
Afghanistan,
Why are you picking these ones?
Angola.
I know nothing about that.
If I remember, they're the ones who have they have like a machete on their flag. Let me check real quick.
What? That's terrifying.
Somebody, it's either, I think they have the machete. Yeah, they have a machete on their flag. Somebody has an AK-47 on their flag in Africa. I can't remember who that is now, though.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. So, Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, along this little stretch of road, which is, it's called the Killing Fields, which is a very good name for a place.
What? I've heard of this. Did you get this from a book?
No.
Was it on our list?
It's been on the list for a while, yes.
Huh. I think there's a book called The Killing Fields, and I'm wondering if it has to do with this.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Names don't mean anything. It's like the Futurama bit where he's like, yeah, everything is named like that in the galaxy of fear. So a woman's body is found nude on the side of the road. She had been beaten and stabbed multiple times, and her throat had been so deeply cut that her head was almost severed from the body.
Oh my gosh.
And they found later, after doing like autopsy, that they believe that a lot of the wounds were inflicted after she had been killed. And she had a blood alcohol content of 0.302, which is, I looked it up, obscenely high.
Several times above the legal limit.
Yeah, it was like
That means 30% of your blood is alcohol.
Yeah, it's like, what was she, a Russian?
We drink vodka for every meal. That is the only thing we have.
We don't give milk to children. We give them a beer.
We give vodka.
We give them a beer, and for a treat, like, you know how you give out orange boxes at juice boxes? You're just like, here's the White Claw equivalent, whatever the Russian version of that is.
Vodka.
The Red Claw.
Vodka.
The Red Claw.
It's vodka. It's all vodka.
So yeah, that's what they're like in Russia. That's what I know.
Wow. The Killing Fields I'm thinking about are in Texas.
Okay, so
It's like an FBI thing.
Okay.
So
is that the thing where they study bodies?
No, like it's a stretch of unsolved murders in a certain area.
Okay. I don't know if these were like unsolved, but this is a place where like 4 or 5 other bodies have been found fairly recently in that time period.
That's how this one is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just probably a general term then for an area where multiple bodies have been found.
Nobody bothered to copyright it because why would you? How could you? And why would you want to? Like,
No, you're talking about the Body Farm. That's in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's the one.
That people donate their bodies to science, essentially, to this place, and they study the effects of decomposition in different environments, like in a hot environment, cold, covered, outside in the elements. When you introduce this factor, so that they can better understand decomposition.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
That is, I watched a documentary on that. It's pretty cool.
Also, there's basically no blood at the scene, meaning she was killed somewhere else.
And put there.
Yes, and there's no identification. So they start working on trying to figure out who she is. They clean her up as best they can and put a picture like of her face, but
it's still pretty obvious.
No, like nobody knew who she was because, I mean, she'd been beaten really badly.
Yeah.
Her face is like bloated and stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, I was like,
Nobody's going to know who that is.
Yeah, it'd be hard to tell.
Yeah.
On such a thing. So this is on May 13th that she was found.
95, you'd say?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
okay.
1995. Eventually, they ran her prints, and they got a match for Nannette Krenzel.
Okay.
So May 16th, they bring in Jacob and his brother just to to identify positively. And he reported her missing the 15th.
Her boyfriend or whatever?
Yeah.
Ex-boy, whatever he was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows if they would have patched things up. You know how people do sometimes.
Yes.
You know how people are.
I do.
I don't.
Don't be like that, people.
Yeah, don't do that. Just enjoy the game. You could have just sat and watched Michael Jordan do his basketball. Who doesn't want to watch tall guys dunking on a hoop? That's what I'm about.
Me. I'm raising my hand. You can't see it. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You want to watch sick dunks? So anyway.
Back to the story.
Yeah. Let's talk about something much more somber than sick dunks. So they bring them in to do the identification. Jacob doesn't really react very much when he sees this.
I think I would.
Yeah, I don't know how. I would just be like, I don't know.
I don't know if I would cry or be weirded out or be just totally freaking out, but I think I might have a little bit of a reaction.
My guess, since I've never been in this particular situation,
Well, thank goodness,
is I think I would just be like stone face, like I wouldn't know how to react, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I would freeze up, that sort of thing.
I could see that though.
That's kind of like my thing. People react differently to things sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
And that's why you shouldn't judge people if they're guilty or not based on their reactions.
Yeah, unless you're an expert, which you aren't. Nobody is. It's not a real thing.
You don't know.
I've decided.
Yep.
So his brother was there too, Joseph, and he reacted like over the top, like slamming his hands down, like I can't believe this.
Reminds me of last week.
Yeah, when the guy was like,
McCool.
Yeah, which one of them was like.
Leslie was just real stoned, and McCool, what was his name?
Mike
McCool. He was like, "Are you so sad? Your mother's dead. Are you so sad? Are you so sad?" And he's just freaking out, and she's just like stone faced.
She's like, "Yeah, that's messed up." I just imagine him like grabbing her by the shoulders, like, "Don't you get it?
Okay?
This is so horrible. Do you understand?"
React. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to get her to do something.
Yeah. So, and obviously Jacob and Nannette, they had this big old fight, this verbal throwdown at the bar.
Yeah.
And then the next day she's found dead.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's over half of all murders are committed by people which is why I'm always keeping my eye on Caitlin.
Be careful.
All times.
We do.
Eyes on Caitlin.
Do run a murder podcast, so
exactly.
You never know what can happen. We're running out of stories, so
we're gonna start making our own. We'll write the ultimate story. There's an idea for a movie. It's probably already been done. Or
yeah,
something.
It's been done.
It was basically done by Psych with the yin and yang stuff. Anyway.
Okay.
I've been watching that.
You have been watching that.
So. Obviously, he's going to be a big suspect this here, Jacob Fellow. The boyfriend or husband or wife, they're always a suspect.
Of course.
The significant other, no matter what. Like, you could have, like, the significant other sitting in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the other one is killed in Singapore, and you'd be like, but how did the boyfriend do it?
Yeah.
Even though
you really have to rule everything out.
Yeah.
But the partner is always number one.
All the time. All day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a whole. They're like, yeah, Jacob's probably the guy. He's acting weird, all this stuff. And Nannette's daughter, one of them, Jennifer, she said that she always felt like Jacob was like kind of creepy and weird.
Ooh.
And also said that Jacob made it clear to her that he did not like the daughter, Jennifer, which is like a weird thing to do.
Don't say that.
Don't be a jerk. That's
weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, like right after they found Nannette, Jacob threw all of her stuff out. Just like threw it in the trash. Like, this is not a thing I care about.
Why would you do that?
Like, yeah, why would you do that if
You gotta wait a little bit.
if you're the murderer? Why would you do that? Because it's suspicious. If you're not the murderer, why would you do that? Because it's just kind of a dick move in general.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, like the Nannette's mother had to go over and get the stuff and like pull it out of the trash.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, right? Like, what a jerk. And there was also like a whole thing. Oh yeah, there was a life insurance policy.
Oh, okay.
Guess who the benefactor is?
Let me guess.
It was Jacob.
It was Jacob.
He was listed as the benefactor for about $20,000. Not like a crazy high number as far as like murder mysteries go.
Yeah.
He also took a polygraph and flunked it real hard.
I mean, what else do you expect?
Everybody does, it seems like.
Yeah.
One of the detectives said that he failed worse than anybody he had seen.
Dang, that's a heavy statement.
It could be, which polygraphs aren't admissible in court and all that.
It's not an exact science. It's just a tool.
It's sometimes I wonder if it's a pseudoscience.
Yes, very much so.
Like sometimes it feels like it may as well be a Scientology e-meter.
Okay.
Where it's just stuff happens.
Where stuff's made up and the points don't matter.
Yes, it's that.
Did you ever
one.
watch that show?
Yeah. What?
Whose line? Anyway? Yeah.
So they search the apartment that Jacob and Nannette stayed at because maybe he killed her there. They're like, hey, we don't find anything.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no signs of a struggle. And it doesn't look like it's cleaned up in a way that somebody's covering something up. Like it's not like, oh, everything's gone and bleached. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's not that way.
The carpet's gone? What?
Like, this guy doesn't even have a floor. He took the whole floor out.
We are getting ready to renovate.
All the kitchen utensils are gone.
Don't even worry about it.
What's that about? Why does this gun rack have no guns in it anymore?
Oh. Is that a thing?
No. None of this stuff is... Everything I just said is
all this
just jokes.
We're making a scenario.
Yeah. They also kind of suspected maybe Joseph which is Jacob's brother.
Right.
Because he like the rest of the family, did not like Nannette, did not like them being together, and he also had a prior domestic charge.
For violence?
For domestic violence type charge.
Against who?
I assume like his girlfriend or maybe even a previous girlfriend.
Okay.
Not against Nannette.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like they were not a thing before, and then she moved to the different brother, and that way. I know this is not one of those stories.
Okay.
As wild as those are.
Yeah.
But they didn't find anything really, at least concrete. But they were going to keep an eye on these boys. These Jacob and Joseph Stutz. Yeah. Just in case something turns up.
Of course.
Because it seems suspicious in every way, especially towards Jacob.
Yep.
So the case stalled for a while. This is back in May.
Mm-hmm.
December of that same year. So
we're still in 95.
Yeah, still 95, but it's still like we got nothing.
Yeah.
A woman walked into a police station in Chicago, and she told the police about a phone call that she received from her daughter. Her daughter said that she had witnessed a murder.
Witnessed it?
That's what she says.
Okay.
And she said that the murder had been committed by her husband against a white woman with dark hair and green eyes, like Nannette. And the body was left in Wisconsin.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. Like yeah, okay.
Yeah. Her husband's name was Michael Lee. And the daughter who confessed to this one, her name is Donna Lee. And these two people had very recently moved to Paragould, Arkansas. That's right.
Bad people are from Paragould.
The trash fire dump of Arkansas.
That bad?
Got him.
Yeah. Only bad people are from there.
I haven't met a good person. Or if I have, I don't know. I didn't know they were from Paragould because that would have changed my opinion of them.
It's funny because these bad people, they're from Paragould and then they move to other cities which then make them bad, such as BB.
Oh. Yeah. Most of my Paragould hate is like a joke hate because of the time I spent in Jonesboro.
Yeah.
And Paragould is close by as a smaller town. So you're just like, Boo, Paragould. Get out of here. Go back to your homes in Paragould. More like Terrible.
That was a stretch.
Terrible.
That was a stretch.
Nah, it's good. That's good stuff.
Okay.
It's good for the fact that I thought of it off the top of my head just now.
Good. That was called improvisation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
My friend likes to tell the story of how he was in Paragould and he saw a pregnant woman smoking at a gas station.
Oh my gosh.
Just like,
ugh,
just
gross.
Just stack them up on top of each other.
Sounds about right. Yep.
That's right. The trash fire dump.
Yep.
In your face, Paragould.
You stink. I don't know. I know some good people that relocated there. You get a pass.
Paragould, you should secede to Missouri.
For real, though. Get on out of here.
That's right. Get them out of here.
Anyway.
So, they had moved to Paragould.
Okay.
And
how did they end up there?
They just picked a place and they were like, let's move away from Chicago there. For some reason.
No family? No ties?
Not that I know of. But they're like, let's not
hang out here.
Yeah, they moved around like Memorial Day, I believe.
Uh-huh.
So it was like very soon after the murder had been committed. So that's like very suspicious. She names off all these things that very clearly point to the murder of Nannette Krenzel. And very soon after, they book it out of town.
Well,
like without telling anybody initially.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, it's very strange. So the police are like, okay, that's interesting. Let's go check this out. They go on down to Paragould, Arkansas. They're probably like, my God, I miss Chicago where there's stuff.
Because there's not.
Where it's not this garbage town. It smells like trash is burning the whole time.
It smells like pregnant ladies smoking at gas stations.
That's all it is. That's all the population of Paragould. Who's
Pretty
getting
much.
these pregnant ladies pregnant? We don't know. It's exclusively pregnant ladies who live there, who are smoking and drinking at all times.
Sounds about right.
So like, where are the who's impregnating them? We don't know. It's impossible to find out.
It's impossible.
It's a scientific anomaly. It's a bizarre place. So police also go to the apartment that Michael and Donna were staying at while they were in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
The one they were like, let's get out of here. The place had been rented to a new group of tenants by this time, so it's very different and all that. But they turned over the carpet, and there's blood stains, as there always are.
Of course there is. What else would there be there?
Yeah, turn over your carpet right now. There's probably blood, so get it out of there. No carpet anywhere. It's not allowed anymore. So they go down to Paragould, these police officers, to talk mess to them. Be like, we bet you did a murder.
I can imagine so.
They go down to Paragould and they're like, hey. They go to Donna's apartment. Well, Donna's at the apartment that they're staying at in Paragould, and they're like, hey, we need to talk about some stuff. And then they go and pick up Michael, who is working at the local Walmart as a mechanic, and get him. When they search the apartment in Paragould, they find a knife that it matches the one that would have been used against Nannette. And there were like traces of blood found on the knife, but they said it was so small they couldn't determine if it was human blood necessarily.
Yeah, it's a knife. I mean, you cut.
Yeah, it's like a hunting knife. So you could be like, that's a deer or whatever.
Yeah.
I was hunting pigs or something. You know how you do. You and I, as big hunters, that's what we're known for.
I slaughter animals all the time.
Yeah, like I said, it's what we're known for.
It's true.
It's why we also have a hunting show. Paint the woods dead.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Hunt the woods dry.
What?
Hunt the woods dry. I don't know.
Why would you want them dry?
We hunt all the animals down.
We'll make it wet with their blood.
And it's full circle.
There you go.
Okay.
So, initially, Michael, he asked for an attorney. As you do.
Smart.
Ask for an attorney and it's like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, good call.
Like, no matter what, that's probably a good idea.
Yes.
But later decided that he wanted to confess to the crime and said he didn't need an attorney. Wrote out big, long confession and everything.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And he said that his wife didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't want her to be in trouble, and that's why he decided he was going to confess.
Very confused.
Yeah, it is very confusing. You're right. So, the confession he gives basically says that he and Donna were at a bar where they met Nannette Krenzel on May 12th that night.
Yeah.
After she had left the other bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the three of them struck up conversation, probably talking mess about her boyfriend Jacob or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what you do when you get drunk and find people like, he's a loser.
He's the worst.
He loves Michael Jordan more than me, which is, that's understandable.
Of course.
And they leave the bar after a while. They go to a convenience store, get some more beer, go to the Lee's apartment, and later into the night, Donna is upset. She is not happy with this situation.
Yeah.
She's like, who's this woman?
Of course.
Why did we bring her here? And she's upset because she feels like she's hitting on Michael. And eventually she goes to bed, though. Donna does.
Oh. Well.
So then...
so Michael and...
Just Michael and Nannette are out there.
Okay. Weird.
And Michael decides to make a move on Nannette.
I mean, that... Yeah. Seems... Yeah. Okay.
As people do, I guess.
Yeah.
But Nannette was like, no, I'm good. This isn't, I don't want that.
Oh.
And at this point, Michael snaps.
Oh.
And that's when he begins to beat Nannette using a baseball bat.
Oh my gosh.
And Donna came out of the bedroom to find Michael standing over Nannette, covered in blood. And then Michael took the knife and stabbed Nannette over 40 times and then cut her throat.
Oh my gosh.
They then stripped her of her clothing and belongings and all that, rolled her into a carpet, and drove her off to Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, where they put her body.
Well, that was overkill.
You think? However, there's some rules here.
Rules?
Legal rules that come into play.
Does it have to do with the wife-husband thing?
No.
Oh.
It's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
So specifically, he asked for an attorney, and that means all questioning stops.
Oh, yeah.
Every bit of it, Caitlin. Not a bit of questioning can you do.
Okay.
You can't even go in talking to him. A state's attorney went and talked to him and said, like, to Michael, like, hey, you if you want to waive your right and confess, you can do that. You can protect your wife like that. You can't do that, Caitlin.
An attorney can't say that to him?
Not the prosecuting attorney. Was
that who it was?
Yeah, prosecuting attorney from the state.
Oh.
So that was seen as coercion.
Yeah.
And therefore, that confession...
No good.
Get it out of here.
No good.
No more confession.
That stinks.
So now you don't have a lot to go on, really.
Yeah.
Not if you're going to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he is a murderer. So then they're able to... What they do is they go and get Donna. And they subpoena her to testify at the trial. And she kind of confirms Michael's version of events.
Of what? The confession he made or a fake version?
The confession he made.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Oh.
Because it's actually like weirder. She said that she and Michael went out looking for a woman.
Oh.
For,
Oh, a throuple.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on Roger's Hall. That's how French is to me. It's like you only see half a word. You want a croissant? No, I want a croissant.
A croissant.
So that's French. Welcome to that lesson.
I like throuple better.
Throuple. This is weird, and there's not like I'm just very confused by this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So they're looking for a woman to do a thing with.
Right.
The kind of thing.
The throuple.
And also to hurt them.
To hurt them. Oh, so they're into the bondage stuff? They want like a
It sounds like more than that.
They want like a dominant?
Maybe not necessarily murder, like what happened.
They want like torture? They want to be tortured a little bit?
Maybe like they just said they want to hurt them. And it doesn't sound like...
That's weird.
Doesn't sound like we're doing weird sex stuff. It sounds like weird assaulting people stuff.
Oh. They want to hurt somebody or
Yes.
they want somebody to hurt them?
They want to hurt somebody.
Oh, I thought you were saying like they want to be hurting.
No.
Okay.
Because, man, their plan went backwards on that.
Yeah, it did.
If it was.
It was the wrong way.
Okay.
Okay.
And also she says they've done it before.
Did the person die?
There's no more detail on that. She doesn't provide any more detail in this testimony.
We can't just like leave it
She's
there.
just like, yeah, we've done that before. Don't even worry about it.
Bye.
We can't talk about that because it's not relevant to this trial or whatever.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's immaterial
Yeah.
is the word. And when asked why Nannette was killed, Donna said it was her destiny. And also...
You don't know my destiny.
And she also said she actually helped participate in the murder and was and she stabbed Nannette as well.
Why is this all coming out at trial?
I don't know.
Why is this? I mean, was this something they knew beforehand? Is this just like surprise confessions?
I imagine they knew beforehand. Usually with like trial stuff, it's very planned. It's not surprise stuff. It's all very planned. Yeah, it's not as fun as movies make it to be, where it's just like, I call a surprise witness. And like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
The other side has to know, and they have to be able to do their work
and research and everything.
There's no surprise evidence at trial. Like, you can't go like, we're doing this whole trial, and then just be like, and also videotape. You didn't know we had that.
Aha.
Like, the defense has to be like, we have to look at the thing too. It's not fair.
Everybody gets to look at it. Isn't that called discovery?
Yes. I was like about to ask if you could remember what it was because I couldn't.
That even happens like in divorce stuff, like before trials. There's like something called a discovery, like that the people involved have to fill out, and it's a bunch of questions like, did you ever have sexual relations with somebody else? No, you're a liar. But anyways, it's like crap. Like it's like an insane amount of questions that you have to answer. Yeah,
and I bet like, was that like just a questionnaire they give you, like a big fancy one?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure, especially like, because law has all their specific. I
mean, the lawyers draft it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They probably have that like as a form that they just like print out every time,
and
essentially
alter it. They alter it. Yeah.
Like
it's situation specific, but
yeah, they probably have like templates that they've put together of like, these are the things I need to know.
Yeah.
And this will make things go.
Yeah.
The way I want it to. The way you want it to, my client.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like she's just like, yep, I also helped and did the murder too. But after a week of deliberation, because this is the trial for Michael specifically, which is important. Michael is sentenced. He's found guilty of first-degree murder.
Oh. And
sentenced to 70 years in prison.
Uh-huh.
However, Donna has never been charged with this murder.
But she said she did it. Part of it.
Law stuff. I don't understand it.
She must have reached some kind of agreement or something?
She didn't.
Oh.
She very specifically didn't. There's like a document that's like, she did not have an agreement. So, but like...
A plea deal.
Yeah, she did not have like...
Or whatever.
An agreement for leniency or something from the prosecution.
Yeah. That's very strange.
But because of law rules, her testimony can't be used against her in a different trial because it was a subpoenaed thing. Like,
oh.
And without that testimony, they don't have much of anything to go on to get her.
Wow.
So she's just running about.
Wow, that's kind of scary.
Isn't it?
Weird.
Be on the lookout in Chicago.
Is she back in Chicago?
I have no idea where she is.
Oh, okay.
If she was smart, I'm sure she changed her name.
Yeah.
Changed her name and moved to like Montana.
That would have been smart.
So yeah, her testimony couldn't be used in another trial. And that was all they had. So she's just out there probably eating pizza, hanging out at bars. I don't know what she's doing.
Deep dish only.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's putting all kinds of mushrooms in there, just like you like.
Ew.
That's what Caitlin's about.
I hate mushrooms.
I have a friend, we went to, I don't know if it's still there, Soli's in Jonesboro, the like Chicago pizza place.
No, it's not there.
That's too bad. We went there once, and one of my friends was like, "We are not getting mushrooms." I was like, "Okay, calm down."
Uh-huh.
He was like, "They taste like boogers." Like,
Ew.
calm down.
It is a terrible
like-
they're a terrible texture.
You have a child now. You don't need to be talking like that.
Who was it? Was it Jordan?
No. He didn't have a child at the time. This person.
Who was it?
It's one of the brothers.
The brothers.
The one. It's Kyle. Trey's brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those brothers. Okay.
Yeah, he just had a baby.
You have a child?
Yeah.
Mature your palate,
I
please.
said it right then. I was like, you have a child in a few years.
In a few years.
I can see the future.
You aren't even married or have a girlfriend yet, but
He had a girlfriend by then, for sure. I'd have to put together a timeline to know.
it's not important.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. What's
Okay.
important is what I was talking about.
Yes, continue.
Which is that mushrooms are delicious and don't taste like boogers. Just kidding. That's not what I'm talking about. Talking about, for instance, Jennifer, who is Nannette's daughter.
Yeah.
Talking about how she didn't think, she says, quote, "I don't think justice was served correctly," end quote.
You think?
Guess who agrees with Jennifer?
Everybody.
Literally everybody except for probably Donna.
Yeah, who's like,
The
what are you talking
murderer.
about? I got off. What are you talking about?
There's a guy in prison for this. Don't even worry about it.
I am fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. Obviously, Michael would appeal his conviction.
Of course.
Who wouldn't?
Yes.
I mean, it would be weird if he did. He didn't.
Yeah.
If you're like, what's his face? Richard Gene Simmons.
He's like, let's get on with it.
Yeah, that guy. He's from our first episode, probably our worst episode. Who's to say?
It's a good case.
It's a good case. We were still figuring things out.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it.
I haven't ever listened to it.
I haven't listened to it since like the week it came out. I have no idea how it holds up. I'm scared to listen again.
Let's not.
So he claims in this appeal that his wife committed the murder all on her own.
Mm-hmm.
The court's like, no, we don't buy that. So you're going to stay in the jail. I mean, she did admit to at least participating.
Yeah.
But it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
His appeal was denied. He is eligible for parole. Patron. No,
And
he's
parole.
eligible for parole
Uh-huh.
in 2030 when
that
he will
far
be
away.
60.
Oh, he's not that old either.
Well, the good news is 2030, we're not making it that far
No, we're not.
as a society.
Okay.
No, it's breaking down by then.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's just a collapse of everything or nuclear war, whichever one,
Very
climate apocalypse, something's going to happen by then. That's not a real year. Get out of here.
I love your optimism. That's only 9 years away.
Yeah, we're donezo.
Wow. Okay. Go
9
ahead.
years and we're donezo. Yeah, it'll probably be fine, honestly. There's been plenty of times that's been like, it's the apocalypse, and then the apocalypse doesn't come. They're always wrong. But I should point out, just mathematically, every time we predict the apocalypse, we're getting closer.
We're bound to.
I mean, exactly. That's just mathematics.
That's just science.
I mean, if you predict the world is going to end in the year 1000, well, you're very wrong. But if somebody else is like, I predict the year's going to end in 2050. If the world ends in 3000, the guy who predicted in 2050 was way closer. So that's just math. There is, if you want to watch a TV show about this, there's an Oxygen show called Murdered by Morning. Season 1, episode 5 is the one that covers this.
Did you watch it?
I did. There's also an episode of an ID show called, and you know my feeling on ID, called Unusual Suspects that's supposed to cover this case. I could not watch it.
That bad?
No, like I just could not find it to watch it.
Oh.
Which is very weird. I went to ID's website, and they only showed like seasons 8 and 9.
Yeah,
and this is from season 4.
Yeah, that's how some of those... I noticed that too when I was looking at other shows.
So I went to Hulu. Similar thing. I think they had slightly different seasons, but it's still like afterwards. Then I went to like Amazon and YouTube to see if I could like purchase an episode. And they showed season 4, but it said content unavailable.
That's so weird.
So like, yeah, it was like, I would like to give you like $1 or $2 so I could watch this stupid thing. And they're like, well, we don't want it. We don't want your dollars. Get them out of here. So I think that's just very strange. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, that's all there is to that.
And she's just living her life.
I guess so, yeah. As far as I know.
Huh.
She's certainly not in jail for this.
Weird.
Very weird.
Well, that's not that tenuous of a grasp in Arkansas.
I mean, it is.
No, it's not. They lived there. They lived in Arkansas for a brief time.
For like a few months, yeah.
Well, they were kind of accosted there.
Yeah, they went on the run.
Yeah.
And where do outlaws go? Paragould, Arkansas.
Or Southeast Missouri.
That's where, in fact, Paragould is, there was one of the guys we covered, one of the old-timey gangsters got buried there.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
So yeah, that's what's what.
What you got? What you looking at?
Oh, let's see. I finished Psych,
Cool.
and then I watched the 2 TV movies they did, they're fun.
Okay.
They're like, hey, do you like Psych? What if it was like an episode of Psych but longer? That's what those 2 movies are.
That's what that was. That's what Falcon and the Winter Soldier is. Did you like Captain America? Here's a TV show.
Yeah, except also I didn't care for that TV show very much, honestly. I was kind of pretty blah on it.
Yeah, it was a Captain America movie, 100%.
Except that I really liked the Winter Soldier and Civil War movies.
That's true. Yeah, they were really good.
I thought those were 2 of the best movies they've done. And the show was just like it felt too much like we're setting up other stuff. Like, this is not important.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's U.S. Agent he has a redemptive arc, sort of, but now he's got his black suit and he's going to be probably a bad guy now.
Yeah.
Sort of like, what's that about?
Yeah.
Whatever. Other than that, I finished God of War.
The game or
the game?
Uh-huh, yeah.
It's a game.
Oh, I didn't know if there was books on it or stuff to it.
Yeah, maybe. Have you ever read about Norse mythology? This is Norse mythology fan fiction where there's a different guy who comes in and kills Norse gods or whatever. The game's pretty good. I would give it like a 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
I finished the story, but I don't care to go back and like complete every little thing.
Gotcha.
Like I started to and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but I'm just like, you know what? I had the big spectacle / emotional moment of the big final boss fight where there's like a reanimated dead giant that's also involved in the fight, and it's just wild.
What the heck?
It's really cool. I'm excited for whatever they're going to do with sequels because you do not kill that many gods.
And get away with it.
Well, yeah. At the end, it's like, I will get revenge on you. And you don't even see like who are the gods you can name in Norse mythology? Thor,
Odin, Loki.
Okay, guess who's not in this game?
Thor, Odin, Loki.
Exactly. They are only kind of talked about for the most part.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of
Hela.
stuff. Hela. Okay. I didn't even hear her name. I don't even know if that's even a real one necessarily.
It is.
It is?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I assume they all are. Like, if I didn't hear them in a Marvel movie, I don't know who they are for the most part.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
There's the name Baldur I've heard of.
Yeah.
But only because there's games called Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
But I don't know anything about him.
I don't know.
Well, I didn't. He's in this game.
Yeah.
He's kind of a big deal in it. So I like it. And you can probably get it super cheap these days. In fact, I think PS5, they have it on there for free if you have PlayStation Plus.
Wow. Okay.
So you can just check that out. Other than that, like, yeah, those Psych movies and God of War, I think that's about it. Oh, how many Star Wars is it? It's 1. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's Bad Batch still.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory that Boba Fett's going to show up in the show. I also have a theory.
He seems like the popular one right now.
He's always been popular. More popular than he should be, to be honest, in some ways. But you remember Fennec Shand, who is Ming-Na Wen, the Asian lady who has the robot stomach in Mandalorian.
Okay.
So like in Mandalorian season 1, she's like, I'm going to meet my contact. And then you realize eventually it's Boba Fett. She talks to somebody on comms on one line and they never talk back. And it's like, oh, that's probably Boba Fett. And also I have a theory that some of this stuff, specifically with the character of Omega, is going to tie into the Boba Fett show that they're going to be doing somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's a clone, so maybe there's something, I don't know.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, so we'll see about that.
I predict you are correct.
That show's got so much more to go, though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
So
it really does.
At least. But I think that's about all I got.
Yeah, it's been a pretty blah week for me, too.
Yeah, I'm very tired. I'm sunburned because I got cocky. I thought I could finish what I was going to do outside quicker than I could. Turns out I'm not as good at yard work as I thought, but oh well.
That's okay. You got a little vitamin D. Maybe a little too much, but that's okay.
That's right. I'm like some comic book character. There was like a comic book character who like absorbed power from the sun and then exploded because he got too much power from the sun.
I feel that. It's like my plants outside.
Yeah, there's too much sun. I have all this power. Oh no, it's too much power. I've exploded.
Implosion.
I died.
The only thing I'm still listening to Throne of Glass. It's good magic stuff right now.
Who's your favorite character?
I don't really have a favorite one. They're all a little whiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little whiny, little moody. So I don't really have one. But I like all the magic stuff, so I'm here for that. I did watch Vanilla Sky. Have you ever watched that movie?
No, it's a Tom Cruise movie, isn't it?
It is. Tom Cruise, Penelope Cruz, spelled differently. And who else is in it?
Isn't it like a whole thing where it's like, is he dreaming or is he not dreaming or something? Like that sort of deal?
Yeah. It was very confusing. It was very strange. It was a waste of 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
But I remember people talking about it. It came out in like the late 90s.
Late 90s or very early 2000s.
And I remember it being like a big thing. And I remember seeing posters for it. And like my grandma had that movie for some reason. She had a lot of movies on VHS. I think she just like saw a new movie came out and would buy it. But she was like, you can't ever watch that one. And so I watched it and I was like, why? I mean, you saw boobs one time, but
that was it.
That was it.
The boobies. No boobies allowed.
It was weird. It was a weird movie. It was very, I don't know.
I think that's the movie. Is that the one where he runs around in Times Square and it's empty?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember like that's like apparently like one of the most expensive shots in history at the time.
That's so funny because John was like, well, that was expensive. Like that we were watching it and he was like, well, that must have been expensive or something like that because it was nothing. There was nobody there.
Yeah, apparently it was like super expensive.
I bet it was.
Yeah, I have no idea what the movie's about, but I just remember there was like a lot of buzz around it when it came out.
I don't know why.
Because it was weird? I don't know.
Yeah, it was very weird.
That's probably like the height of Tom Cruise's powers.
Yes, 100%. It was peak Tom Cruise. Yes.
So that's probably a part of it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Let's try and make up what else we could. What were we? I can't think of anything.
I don't. This has been a.
I haven't read any of them, but I accidentally. So I got Comixology Unlimited, which is like a comic book thing where it lets you download some comics. It's run by Amazon.
Oh, okay.
And I got a free trial for it because I was like, I'm going to read this Invincible stuff.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah. And then I didn't cancel, so I accidentally paid the $6 or whatever. So
well, that's not that much.
No, it's not at all. Especially if I like stick with it and actually read stuff.
Yeah.
Because comics are psychotically expensive.
Yes, they are.
So I guess I can read off like stuff I plan to read someday.
Okay.
Because I've pulled down like a whole bunch of stuff where it's like I'm gonna check this out, like Spider-Man Life Story, Die. I think is the one where it's like these people get sucked into a Dungeons and Dragons world and then they come back later and they're like the world is different and weird. But yeah, I've got like a whole bunch of stuff downloaded that I'll probably check out at some point. Other than that, I really don't have a lot. I'll be watching a lot of basketball and hockey. That's what my deal is.
Mania.
That's right. Get on board, everybody.
I like that. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's crazy. I'm the first person who ever did that. Ever. You can't prove me wrong. I defy you to prove me wrong. But yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot else going on for us.
Yeah.
So I demand you take us home unless you can think of something.
No.
All right, do it. Or do I do it?
It doesn't matter. How about you take us home this week?
Oh, no.
You never do.
That's because I'm not as good at it. Everybody, thank you so much for one. Just thank you so much for being here. If you made it to the end of the show, again, thank you. We take that as a compliment in and of itself.
Very true.
Rate us as many stars or thumbs ups as you can anywhere. We are available on every conceivable podcast service that I know of, including YouTube. We're on YouTube. Some people just use YouTube. I don't know why.
Get a lot of comments on YouTube. A lot of criticism on YouTube.
That's exclusively where we've had comments. We're up to more subscribers than just my 2 accounts.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. You can follow us on Twitter at PTTDpod. We're at Facebook, Paint the Town Dead. Our Instagram is Paint the Town Dead, all one word. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Leave out the is that all right part. Email us at pttdpod@gmail.com if you have a longer thing you want to say, or use Facebook. Most of our long stuff has been on Facebook direct messages. Like,
true, yeah. And Instagram.
Yeah, like the girl who talked to us about the cult people.
The cult, yeah.
Who I can't think of their stupid name now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff's fun. We do talk back at people, not talk back in the way that your mom gets mad at you.
It ain't sassy unless we're bad at math, and then you get sassy, and then we'll be sassy back in a fun way.
Yeah. To that I say, if we are bad at math, feel free to just mock us for that.
Yeah,
we deserve it.
We are. Just as I am bad at geography, these are truths.
That's right. Capital of Missouri. Caitlin, what you got?
St. Louis.
Oh, no.
What is it?
It's Jefferson City.
Yep, see? Done.
What we should do is try and do that test again, but for all of them.
I will fail.
But for all of them, I will also be it's an easy one. If I go Oklahoma, it's the one you think.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indiana, it's the one you think.
Indianapolis.
There you go. But then I could also be Texas, it is not the one you think.
Austin.
There you go. Look at that. See, that's a good way. We'll all right, we'll put that together whenever we do. We'll have you go through all 50 one day.
Gosh, okay.
And we'll do it just like that, and maybe you'll do all right.
In case you don't know, in earlier episodes, we broke it down 5 at a time doing capitals, or 10 at a time, and I still sucked.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
It was bad.
It all stemmed from the time that I think we asked you what the capital of Oklahoma was, and you said Kansas City, which was just wild.
Shut up.
But yeah, with that, we're done. Stay alive as best you can.
And don't go to Paragould. It's just a terrible
That's
place.
right. To hell with Paragould. Just kidding. It already is.
Bye, guys.